Hey everybody, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here. Don't forget to subscribe, but today we're talking about AI, Apple intelligence. That is essentially what Apple calls their artificial intelligence, and apparently it loves creating disinformation. Well, maybe love's not the right word, probably doesn't feel, I hope it doesn't feel, but it still creates it. Now, this is coming from the BBC, and quite frankly, the BBC is kind of pissed because they have just complained to Apple after essentially their new iPhone feature generated a false headline about a high-profile murder in the United States and then attributed it to the British Broadcasting Corporation, one of the largest and global news organizations out there. Now, Apple Intelligence launched in the United Kingdom earlier this week, and it uses AI to basically summarize and group together notifications. So this week, the AI-powered summary falsely made it appear that the BBC News had published an article claiming that Luigi Mangione, this is the guy that shot that CEO, United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in New York, essentially the AI-powered Apple Intelligence basically made it look like BBC said that Luigi Mangione had shot himself. Now, he obviously didn't, if you're following along with that story, and many people are, but a spokesperson from the BBC said that the corporation had contacted Apple, quote, to raise this concern and fix the problem. Apple declined to comment for the BBC's article talking about the BBC kind of getting screwed by Apple. Quote, BBC News is the most trusted news media in the world, end quote. That's according to the BBC itself. And yeah, they're pretty highly regarded. And I continue the quote, it is essential to us that our audiences can trust any information or journalism published in our name that includes notifications, end quote. And yes, exactly. I literally did a segment a couple weeks ago or so on the need for the editorial process, and the BBC has an excellent editorial process. So the notification which made the false claim about Mangione was otherwise accurate in its summaries about the other things that it had essentially summarized, including the overthrow of Bashar al-Assad's regime in Syria, and also an update on the South Korean president, Yoon Suk Yeol. And basically, if you recall, he kind of tried to throw a coup, and that failed pretty spectacularly. So the BBC does not, for the record, appear to be the only news publisher that has had its headlines misrepresented by Apple's new AI tech. It's, again, Apple Intelligence is what we're talking about here. So on November 21st, 3 articles on different topics from the New York Times were grouped together in one notification, with one part reading, Netanyahu arrested, referring obviously to Israel's prime minister. Now, that was inaccurately summarizing a newspaper report about the International Criminal Court issuing an arrest warrant for the president of, the prime minister of Israel, rather than reporting on him being arrested. In other words, the AI basically mistook the ICC's reporter, ICC's issuing of a warrant to say, yeah, he had been arrested, when no, there's a warrant there. He steps into an ICC-friendly country. Netanyahu should be arrested. That said, it's really hard to arrest a president or a prime minister. So the mistake was highlighted on Blue Sky, the social media platform, essentially by a U.S. investigative journalism website ProPublica. Now, Apple says one of the reasons people might like its AI-powered notification summaries is to help reduce the interruptions caused by ongoing notifications and to allow the user to prioritize more important notifications. But here's the thing. If it's giving you false information, disinformation, misinformation, is it really going to be helpful? And this isn't the first time that we've seen Apple have problems with its artificial intelligence. Apple Map was a disaster when that came out. People, here in Chicago were driving to Wisconsin and back to go down the street, according to, Apple Maps. So Apple and AI, I don't think have done that well of a job together, but obviously they're going to continue to hone and improve it. Microsoft pivoted to pretty much embrace OpenAI after their disastrous launches of AI. Think about Microsoft Tay back in 2016. Being released on Twitter, and basically it turned into a Nazi in 24 hours. So it's kind of hard to get AI right. And so we'll see what happens with Apple Intelligence, but quite frankly, it's a bit of a black eye for them. And for the record, Apple Intelligence, this summary system that just kind of screwed the BBC over, is only available on certain iPhones at the moment. So iOS 18.1 is the version that you need, and you also need to have a newer iPhone. So all iPhone 16s, the 15 Pro and the 15 Pro Max, and it's available on some of the more modern and latest iPads and Macs as well. So if you're rocking an older iPhone, you're out of luck, but quite frankly, you might be lucky. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at Nick AESP, and hopefully AI, or Apple Intelligence rather, won't missummarize this. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe, stay online, and please, just please, attempt to stay private and accurately informed. Take care.